And you're off.
Hi everybody, Cindy Sorley here from Stitchery Express in Clearfield, Utah. I am now with one of my other designers that I picked to do an interview with, Jan Hicks. Jan and I used to be neighbors in a different state, but now you're traveling.
Yep, there's not really a neighbor for me. Everybody's my neighbor now.
Yeah, so your husband retired and you guys just
He
decided?
retired, and this has been on our bucket list for a long time to just do full-time on the road. And so he decided to retire, and he said, honey, what do you think? And I said, let's go for it. We don't know what tomorrow brings, so let's go for it.
Amazing. I didn't know it until you told me, because I just assumed.
We were still up there in Idaho, freezing our little butts off.
Exactly. So a number of questions I'm going to ask you. I gave you a head start on what to do, on what I asked. But what got you started in designing cross stitch?
So I need to blame this all on my friend Ann Stitchery. She came to visit us at one point in Hawaii, and she's a fellow stitcher. And at that time, I was doing a lot of full coverage stitching, which I absolutely love. And she said, Jan, you take beautiful photographs. You should make some of those into full coverage designs. And I went, And so I did. And after a while, I would start to see things in an antique store, tile work that kind of spurred my imagination. And so then I started designing what I call more traditional type of needlework as opposed to full coverage. So it's all her fault from 2019.
Wow.
Visit to Hawaii.
Now, were you a cross stitcher? You were a cross stitcher long before that.
Yes, I've been stitching for years. I'm one of those who stitched in the 80s and into the 90s, and then I had kids and I stopped stitching and started stitching again in 2017.
Wow, that's awesome. What's your fabric of choice?
40 count women.
40 count.
Yeah.
40 count. Wow. I do 28. I've got bad cataracts. So a lot of you probably don't know that, but I have bad cataracts, so I got to get them done.
Yeah.
But so the other question I have for you is, how many designs do you have out now? Like, do you know numbers or?
80 or
80?
90.
Now, when did you start designing under Jan Hicks?
So I started designing in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, my first probably half dozen were full coverage, and then I switched to more traditional.
Yeah.
So
What is your favorite design you've ever designed?
it changes every year.
Yeah. And
Whatever my current is.
Whatever your current, like arabesque to me.
Arabesque it's certainly the best seller at market.
Oh,
By far.
it's just fantastic.
And yes, I love this one. And my thought for this one is that I wanted to do a red sampler. I've had an urge to do a red sampler, but if you know anything about me and my designs, I can't do things like everybody else.
Yeah, yeah, your designs are very different.
So I started with the alphabet, and to me it had kind of the Art Deco-ish feel.
Yeah.
And so I just found and created elements that kind of echoed that feel.
It's beautiful.
Thank
It
you.
is fantastic. It's
Thank
one of
you.
my, we get hundreds and hundreds. We had 6 albums in our Facebook group with over 100 pictures each. So that was over 600 items. And this is the one that stood out to me that says, I'm going to stitch it. That's the only one that really, out of all of them.
Awesome.
This one
Thank
just
you.
really, it probably helped that I just got back from Spain. And
It has
a little bit,
yeah.
But this is just
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Your cardinal, the love cardinals that just came out, that has been fantastic for
It's
us.
flying off
And
the
in fact,
shelves.
I'm going to grab it really
Yep.
quickly. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, this one's flying off the shelves.
So I don't know if it was you that I mentioned to, it might not have been you, it might have been another designer. We'll have ladies come in the shop and they'll say, oh, she stitched out on 40 count, I can't stitch it. Well, yes you can, you can stitch it on anything you want. So I've had other designers that I've said, hey, tell them that the model is stitched on 40 count, but please feel free to stitch it on whatever you want.
Right.
And that gets a lot more sales for shops.
Right.
And this one is being stitched right now on a piece of our fabric flare by a lady, and she's stitching on 16 count, and I saw half of it done, and it's just stunning.
Oh, I hope she'll post it and
She
tag
will.
me. I'd
She
love
will.
to see it.
She will for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's. I think it's going to be fantastic. I'm just going to. Oh,
Okay.
I don't want to touch your
My antique.
your antique. I'm like, I don't want to touch the antique. So so your inspiration is just a mixture of everything.
It really is. Whether it's tiles, whether it's textiles, pillows. In fact, I have a story. Mike and I were in an Ashley Home store buying some outdoor furniture, and we were over at the counter checking out. And I'm just kind of casually looking around, and I saw a pillow on a couch halfway across the showroom floor. And I said, honey, I'll be right back. I have to go and take pictures of that pillow. That is dying to be a cross-stitch piece. And that was Palace of the Wings.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. So it's really vintage cards, postcards.
Yes, yeah, that's where I'm
mixed
at.
media art, and yeah, my brain goes boing, 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 and out comes across stitch design.
my whole trip to Spain, I did. So
sure.
I took pictures of the wallpaper in my hotel in Segovia. It's now Segovia Damask fabric for Fabric Flare. But it's just any of those type of things. If you ever find that design and you say, oh, I could do this as a fabric, we'll make a fabric for you.
That's awesome. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, we'll do that for you. But
awesome.
But man, it's been a good show.
It's been a very good show.
Yeah. So new stuff coming out?
I have something I'm working on. Can I step over there and get it?
Yeah, absolutely. So Jan has been, probably in Utah, Jan has been the most requested designer we've had. And so it was so exciting. I had talked to you last year that when you mentioned shops, I was going to do it in August, and then...
Yes, yeah. Well, this year we are going to be traveling. I'm not sure whether we'll be coming through Utah either in June or September, or October probably more like. But yeah, I'll be there at some point in the later half of the year.
Oh my goodness.
This is called Carnival. It is not a small thing. This is 25 count Lugana stitched over one, and of course you can stitch this on anything.
Yeah.
I just had an urge to stitch over one. This is DMC, and yeah, it's just a bunch of borders and motifs. There's these kind of crazy, almost Hall of Mirror type of, intricate designs.
Beautiful.
This
so
is
this
just
will
a
be
little halfway done stitching, so I have quite a bit more to stitch. So I'm hoping it should be sometime this summer that this will be finished.
This is magnificent.
Isn't that fun?
Just the whole thing, and the colors, the blending, and everything. You really, really are an artist with the way you blend.
Thank you.
And the way, but
I love color.
yeah.
I love color.
Well, I want to thank you.
Oh,
I
thank
just
you,
think the
Cindy.
world of you, and
Thank
so
you.
I'm really excited. I'm excited to carry, to promote, and do your designs, because I think they're incredible.
Thank you very much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. So great spending time with you.
Yes, it's been wonderful. And
of
even
course,
the cat.
would you like to pan to Nina, because she is the star of the show?
Yeah. So, thank you, everybody. Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Bye-bye.